Hello there, this is DBT, and this Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue talking about Asphalt 8, because there's 3 topics that we need to talk about. The next update to the game, the current sale of Ultimate Cars, and the changes to the multiplayer rewards, and this last topic being the most interesting one in my opinion. It has the potential to be great, but also it has some downsides. So, first topic is the next update to the game. When is update 66 coming? And the short answer for that is, we don't know. No, like for real, there's no information for when the next update is happening. So in general, it has been quite a bit since the last update, and honestly, I can expected the update to happen before this Racing Pass began. That's when I thought that the update was gonna happen, but it didn't. Instead, we got the Racing Pass and all of this stuff. Now, this makes me think that actually after this Racing Pass, or around when it ends, is when we're gonna get the new update, but this is just a speculation. Even we as content creators don't have any specifics as to when the next update is happening. And I bring this up because I've seen this question quite a bit on Discord, on my comments, on live streams and whatnot. Like, hey DBT, what is up with update 66? And yeah, reality is that we don't know. There's a speculation, lots of speculation, but nothing clear, nothing confirmed by Gameloft. So I just wanted to provide you this information real quick in case you were wondering too. Now, the second topic is the sale of Ultimate Cars. But I should clarify that when I say that there's a sale, I mean that they are being sold. Not that they're having a discounted price. There's a big difference over there. Basically, things that were not available to purchase now are available to purchase. And let's have a look at the prices because, oh boy. And for that, I went to my always trusty secondary account where I have no cars so that they'll show in the garage. Now, there's a proper quote-unquote sale. If we go over here with this little icon, it shows you cars that are being offered right now, like the Risbani Beast, the Infinite Edition GT, and the McLaren X2. All of them sold for either tokens or vouchers. So, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. Instead, what's interesting is if we remove the filters and we go to the highest cars, you were gonna see a Koenigsegg Jesko being sold for 800 vouchers. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now, let's say that you really want the Koenigsegg Jesko. How much money do you have to spend to get 800 vouchers? Well, let's have a quick look. If we go over here and we look at the vouchers, for 800 you have to pay $100. See why I was saying that they're being sold, but it's not like they're being sold for cheap. So yes, now, to be fair, all the cars that are being offered for vouchers in this way are Ultimate Cars. We have the Koenigsegg Jesko, we got the CC850. Let me browse over here. They will show up. Don't worry. There's also the Tuatara, SSC Tuatara. We have also the Koenigsegg Agera RS and the Hennessy Venom GT. And I think those are all the cars that are being sold in that way. Oh, no, of course. And the Arash AF10. So all of these cars are being sold for the exact same price. And let me tell you, if $100 sounds like a lot for a Koenigsegg Jesko, $100 for an Arash AF10, it's just crazy. But anyway, so the option for you to get cars in this way, it's there. But honestly, I wouldn't say that it's exactly a good deal unless you were one of the people who was willing to spend money in the game. And as usual, should clarify, I'm not trying to get anybody to spend money in the game. But I made some video talking about the currency sales whenever it happened. I think it was around New Year or something. And I said that that's some of the best bang for the buck that you can get in this game. Because they sell for about $20, 1.8 million of credits and also fusion coins. That's not very important. But 10,000 tokens, which are very useful. And 800 vouchers for $20. So that means that if you had bought one of those things and you saved those vouchers, you will be able to straight up buy the Koenigsegg Jesko for what was basically $20. Now, again, I'm not trying to get anybody to spend money in the game, much less right now to spend $100 to get a car. But I'm just mentioning that, as I said back then, the currency sale is actually a pretty decent opportunity to get a decent amount of currencies. And as I also said back then, it's all about patience. Buying those currencies and keeping them around until the moment that they are useful for something. And this is one of those examples when those same 800 vouchers that you would have gotten for $20 could be really great to buy yourself a Koenigsegg Jesko. So there we go. I just wanted to give you this information. Again, they're really expensive to purchase if you don't have the vouchers. And in fact, not even I have that amount of vouchers. Because if we look at my main account, I only have 401 vouchers because I've used some in purchasing. I don't remember what I bought, some cars and whatnot. And to be fair, even if I had the 800 vouchers, I would not be willing to spend them on the cars that I'm missing from that list, which is the Hennessy Venom and the Tuatara. I do want both cars, but not for 800 vouchers. So it's not super interesting to me. But still, the option is there. Now, if you do have the vouchers, do not buy the Koenigsegg Agera RS nor the Arash AF10, because both of those cars you can buy through the multiplayer store for the multiplayer coins. If you really are interested in getting a ultimate car with the vouchers, if you happen to have it, go for the Jesko, because it's a very rare car to be acquired, for it to be offered, let's say. And the Hennessy and the Tuatara are not amazing cars from what I understand. Not that the Jesko is unbelievably amazing, but objectively it's still better than those two. So there we go. Just wanted to give you that information so that you know, if you happen to have the vouchers, don't waste them. And if you really want one of those cars, it's a lot of money, so I would think about it really, really, really hard. But all right, so what is the last topic that I was going to talk about? That is the multiplayer rewards, because oh boy, some changes have happened. Now, last week I made a video talking about the new multiplayer season, the unlimited season. As you can see, I already managed to get into Elite of both, so that's a bunch of fusion coins. That's kind of nice and all of that. But yeah, I'll link on the top right the video to this and my thoughts on having a third multiplayer season. But what we're going to talk about right now is the classic season, because oh boy, it is interesting. And like I said, it could be great, but it also has some potential of not being so much. So what is the main deal? Well, you saw it on the title or maybe on the thumbnail. It's the fact that now you can actually, that's the wrong thing. You can actually get tokens for free in the game. That's kind of crazy, because since I've been playing this game seriously, which has been what, like 3 years, 4 years? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, like 3 years and some. Tokens have not been available for free ever. Well, there's obviously some tokens that have been gifted by Gameloft. You can get a tiny bit of tokens from Moto Blitz, but that's it. Tokens have always been a pay-to-win currency. Now it seems that Gameloft has switched a little bit so that it's not so only pay to win, and instead you can get it through multiplayer. And that is what I said, that it's a great thing to be able to acquire some tokens by just playing multiplayer, because in each one of these boxes you can get tokens. So that is absolutely fantastic. That is something that I think it's a really good thing, except for the amount of tokens. And I'm not saying that I want more tokens. That's not my point. My point is how they are distributed. Now, there's another topic that maybe I'll talk about here or in another video, where in this multiplayer season, you can no longer get multiplayer coins. But all things considered, being able to get tokens is such a blessing, because this will allow you to change your name. Maybe if you want to join the Vrooms teams, you can finally do it. Just saying. But no, the real thing that I want to talk about over here is how this has the potential of being a bad thing for multiplayer in variety. And that has to do with the amount of tokens that you can get per league. In Amateur League, you can get 10 tokens. In Challenger League, you can get 15. Pro League, Champion, and Elite, you can get 20 tokens per pack. So obviously, you want to get to at least Pro League so that you can get the most amount of tokens. However, this whole thing, in the way that it's set up, it combines into an insane mad rush to get to Elite as quickly as possible. Why? Well, you know what's coming. It's an analysis video by DBT, so yeah, it's happening. It's a spreadsheet, and I'm not even mad about it. All right, so what's the deal with this? All right, so over here we have that for 2 races, you get this box right here. And in that box, if you're in the Amateur League, you can get 10 tokens. For 4 races, you get to this box. 6 races, you get to this. You get that, right? So when you're in the Bronze, what I call the Bronze League, but it's officially called the Amateur League, you can only get 30 tokens a day. Because so long as you are in either one of these 3, you can only do 6 races. Well, you can do as many races as you want, but you can only get rewards from doing 6 races. You can get to this box, and this box. However, in order to access this box, you need to be in the Platinum League, aka Champion League. Only then you have access to this one. And only once you are in Elite, you have access to this one. So, why do I say that this is a mad rush to get to Elite? Because if you compare how many tokens you can get from being in Amateur League to how many you can get from being in Elite, you can see that the difference is huge. Because again, in Bronze, you can only get 10 tokens per box, but you can only get 3 boxes, so that makes it 30 tokens. In the next league, in Silver, you're going to be able to get 3 boxes with 15 each for a total of 45. In Pro, the Gold League, you can get 20 tokens, which is the maximum amount of tokens that you can get no matter the league. But you can still only do or get 3 boxes, so that's 60 tokens. Once you get to Platinum, then you get 20 times 4, because you can get 4 boxes, 80, and in Elite you get 100. So, why do I say that this is both good and bad? it's great because obviously we can get tokens. Getting 100 tokens a day, that's insane. I mean, obviously it's not like, wow, it's a ton of tokens, but considering that we haven't been able to get tokens for free in ages, this is such a big deal because in a matter of what? 5 days or so, you're able to change your name to join the Vrooms teams, just saying, or whatever you want to do with 500 tokens or whatever. It's really, really, really good to be able to get these tokens, but the part where this becomes bad is precisely the fact that even I, as DBT, the guy that never really cares to speedrun to Elite, I'm thinking I need to speedrun to Elite, because today I could get only 30 tokens. But if today I manage to rank up all the way to Elite, tomorrow instead of 30, I can get 100 tokens. So that means for the next 13 days left of the season, considering that by tomorrow I should be in Elite, not that I will actually try, but whatever, I could get a lot of tokens from that. So obviously it's on my interest to get to Elite as soon as possible. So what this is gonna cost, it's a lot of people to try to speed run to Elite. There's already people who do it anyway, so that doesn't change. But this will incentivize more people to get to Elite as quickly as possible, which is gonna make ranking up very difficult. But that's not the problem. That's not what I think it's a problem. The competition, having competition, is fine, even though that's gonna bring the worst of people being extremely aggressive and bringing only meta cards and knockdowns every day. But leaving that aside, the problem is that by getting a lot of people to Elite real quick, because everybody wants the best rewards, well, everybody gets to Elite. And what do people drive when they're in Elite? Classes. And we come back to the video that should be appearing in the top right about now, where the hyper focus on Class S continues. So now we have that there's going to be much more people that are going to be trying to race to Elite as quickly as possible. And once they get to Elite, what they're going to do? Race with Class S all day long, every day. And again, we're in that position where suddenly there's not going to be people playing in lower leagues, taking it a bit chill. No, everybody's going to be wanting to get to Elite and go as quickly as possible and get the best rewards and call it a day and just play in Elite. And again, we're going to be in that vicious cycle of people only wanting to play with Class S. So while getting tokens, it's a fantastic thing in my opinion, it's unfortunately incentivizing people to just go straight up to Elite and more classes races, and let's forget about any other class of cars. All that matters is Class S. And I understand obviously that in theory GameLove should be interested on selling Class S cars and whatnot. Maybe that's why they even sold the Ultimate cars, and who knows, I don't really know what they're thinking. But overall, I do think, like I mentioned in that other video on the hyper focus on classes, that it's doing a massive disservice to the entirety of the cars in the game. It's ridiculous. So while I give you more of my thoughts, might as well play a little bit, right? So yeah, I decided to bring my Infinity Project Black Special Edition because we're in the Chinese New Year, and yeah, might as well, right? But whatever. So yeah, I do expect to see a lot of people being super aggressive because, again, everybody's going to be interested on getting to ranking up as quickly as possible to get the best rewards as quickly as possible. Now, there's always a chance that I'll get out of the way, buddy. Jesus Christ. There's always a chance that I might be wrong about this, but honestly, I don't see it being in a different way. Obviously, players are always interested on getting the best thing that they can possibly get. So yeah, getting to Elite, it's on everybody's best interest. And again, I don't have a problem with going to Elite. The problem that I have is with the idea that there's absolutely no incentives, much less now, to play in other ranks or enjoy times in other ranks, because now everybody needs to get to Elite, get the best rewards, and forget about everything else. Now, I did suggest in another video as to what GameLove could do in terms of how to make multiplayer a bit more enticing in different classes. Now, it was just a quick mention of my ideas. Tomorrow, I will be posting another video analysis or proposal, let's say, as to what I think GameLove could do in order to make players more interested in playing in different classes, even if they're in Elite. So I think those having the tokens over here is definitely going to make people want to play this. And if you add additional incentives to play in different brackets in different days, that's going to be actually pretty cool, because it's going to bring back the variety to multiplayer and remove a little bit this hyper focus on Class S, because I really think this is hurting the game in a massive way, making people only care about one class of cars. It just suddenly makes everything else completely useless, other than being just small stepping stones in order to see what I'm saying about aggressive players. Being small stepping stones to get to your ultimate objective. But I don't think that's how this game should be. I don't think a racing game should focus only always on the fastest things. So there's so many cars. If all the cars look the same and perform the same and sound the same, yeah, then only bring the best. But there's so many cars, there's so many different things to enjoy over here that I really see it as a disservice to only focus in Class S. There's so many beautiful cars, there's so much fun to be had in other places in the game, and this Class S hyperfocus is bad for the game. If you're gonna get a heart and a pin in this video, you need to leave me the key phrase, which for today is going to be: changes are good, but some additional refinement would do great. First person to post it gets the heart, the pin, you know how this whole thing works. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do, hit the like button and all of that stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.